Action. Welcome, Cobra fans. I'm Will LaRue, he's Lee Lewis, and you are watching the Cobra Sports Weekly Update. Before we get into this week in Cobra Sports, we would like to apologize for the connection issues that we had last week in Yoakum. We have verified that it was not our equipment.
It was not.
It was an iron blanket that was lifted on top of Yoakum during the entire time that we were out there. Restaurants were unable to even use MasterCard and things like that, so we apologize that we were unable to bring the game to you. And we also apologize that we were unable to record the game and bring it to you as well, but we are learning how this system works as well too. So with that, trust me when I say that we are looking into options to be able to make sure that we continue to bring you the best coverage in Cobra Sports, because you guys deserve it, our athletes deserve it, our coaching staff deserve it, and our community absolutely deserves it. And we need to be able to bring that to you, and we promise we will continue to work hard to bring Cobra Sports to you live.
That sounds good. I'm going to send a strongly worded letter to all of Yoakum. Let them know how I felt about it, Will. But guess what? We're back in the friendly confines of Vanderbilt, Texas next week. We don't have those problems.
You're absolutely right, Lee. We'd also like to thank you for helping us reach our milestone. So we've hit 10,000 views and hit over 1,200 subscribers. But we have one more milestone that we're trying to reach. Our next one is 1,500 subscribers. But, again, we still need your help. So continue to get out there, spread the word of the Cobra Sports Network, continue to invite friends, family, and everyone else that you can to go in there, subscribe, because all it does is help boost the athletic program. It promotes your athlete as well, and it's a good thing for everyone. So get out there and push the word for us.
That's right. Plus, remember, folks, it's free. Hey, this week, though, we have another thing coming up. We've got our first Fan of the Week. This week's selection is well-deserving, long overdue. We're going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag right here today. Jeremy Kretzer, you are our Fan of the Week. Congratulations. Jeremy Kretzer is a 1999 Industrial alumni. He's been involved with the Cobras every year and has always been proud of all they do. He's coached Pee Wee football, Industrial Little League baseball, softball, youth basketball, you name it, he's coached it. He's also an active member of the Booster Club, the FFA Booster Club, and he's an officer with the Industrial Little League. He also leads the flag group every Friday night on the sidelines and has helped with the run-through tunnel for the past several years. He's always willing to help in any possible way and volunteering his time for whatever Industrial needs and for the youth of this school. And we want to congratulate him. Jeremy, you were nominated by Celeste Kretzer and family.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
That's long overdue, too. And this is just a little bit that we can offer Jeremy for the amount of work that he does for the community and for the kids. I've told him in the past, you know, you either see him completely covered in grass, or he's got an apron on somewhere helping out somewhere. So, Jeremy, we definitely appreciate you. So, let's go ahead and dive into this week's sports.
Let's do.
So remember, folks, each week we're going to review all Cobra and Rattler sports and highlight from the previous week. Let's go ahead and start this week with some football.
Well, your Cobras began this season, Will, in Yoakum last week. Of course, we already talked a little bit about the connection issues, but if you were there to see it, it was a good game. Cobras have a lot to build on, but good start. They took the first possession of the game. The Bulldogs took the first possession using several ball carriers to drive down the field. Bulldogs were able to score from 7 yards out on the design QB run by Zach Taylor, the Army commit. Cobra's first possession resulted in a 3-and-out where Bo Bethany kicked a 70-yard punt, count it 7-0. The Cobra defense stood strong. The Bulldogs' next possession, where sophomore safety Zach Villarreal introduced that Army commit Zach Taylor to some Cobra football.
Man, you got to see that hit right there in that clip. Zach came to play that day.
Yes, he did. The Cobras would struggle offensively to get things going, but defensively, Cobra defense stood strong. Bo Bethany recorded several tackles in the first quarter. Bulldogs would strike again later on a QB sneak after a 5-yard strike to 4-star recruit Xavier Barnett. But in the second quarter, Villarreal would show up big again as he forces a fumble near the goal line. Cade Kubeka was right there for the recovery as he jumps on the ball, turn it over to the Cobra offense, and they would go on to drive down the field. And that drive was highlighted by a fantastic catch by Holden McMullen. Cobras were unable to ultimately finish the drive before turning it over on downs. But the Bulldogs drive the field, score one more time before half.
Now, the second half was a much different story, though, Lee. The Cobra coaching staff implemented some type of halftime adjustments, and they began utilizing the run game and the short passing game as well to try to keep the Bulldog defense on their heels. Ashton Garza would punch in the first score of the season from 2 yards out. The Cobra defense would force a punt, and the Cobra offense would then put it together another impressive drive when Major LaRue was a workhorse in that drive, carrying the ball 4 times for 45 yards, 45 tough yards, that is. And here's just one of the runs that Major ended up having. This was his longest on the night. I believe this one went for about 25 yards. It was some tough running.
Yeah, he left that one old boy laying face down in the grass. He also had this one, including this run that set up the Cobra's next score, as Garza would find junior Aiden Giannis on the play action. Garza would eventually find Giannis again for the 2-point conversion as the Cobras closed down on that Bulldog lead. But unfortunately, that was as close as it got as the Cobras lose the opener 36-14.
Yeah, it was a tough loss, but as Coach Nairn said, it's something to build on. And the boys at halftime, they could have either folded or they could have responded. And they came back and they definitely responded.
No doubt.
And speaking of responding, sub-varsity last week.
They had a big week.
They sure did. Last week, the freshman and JV teams, they combined together and put on a show in Vanderbilt against the Bullpups. The Cobras had a strong showing on defense, offense, and special teams. Defensively, Lane Puckett, Colt Charbula, Garrett Kalajizik, and Nick Salinas controlled the Bullpups offense of line all night long. And that's just a few names that we could spout out because it was really a complete team effort. But they disrupted the running game, forcing a couple of turnovers. David Gonzalez and Kalajizik, they both recorded sacks. Nick Salinas also had a fumble recovery, and Josiah Lopez was all over the field, making several tackles from that safety position. And special teams ended up forcing several turnovers that extended some drives. So it was a good job on their part. And in this clip, we'd like to highlight, how about this clip right here? Yeah, let's do this one. We like to highlight Puckett as he was able to fight off a defensive tackle that was blocking him to be able to get in the backfield for a big loss. And Puckett also recovered and muffed punt later on in the game to extend a Cobra scoring drive.
Yeah, great showing out of all those guys that night. But offensively, the story of the night was Caden Petru. Petru had well over 150 all-purpose yards, 2 scores. One of those scores was on this run right here from 2 yards out where Petru had just been the workhorse on the drive. Right here he finishes off. He's a sophomore. Man, he's really grown in that running back position, Will, this year. He's worked hard all summer, gaining muscle, maintaining speed. And that kid looked really good at the Snake Pit last week. Cooper Francis also looked really good. He got his first high school start at QB last week. Did not disappoint as he's just athletic on all fronts. He completed several passes, including this 14-yard strike right here to Case and Dyson. But Francis, more than anything, really looked comfortable stepping up in the pocket, throwing on the run, and looked comfortable with the offense at this high school level. Yeah, he definitely did. It looks promising for the sub-varsity teams and the kids coming up through the program as well for Coach Nairn and the staff. This week, Lee, JV is going to be in Shiner, and the freshmen are going to be playing in El Campo, so they're going to be split up this week. I believe both games are starting at 5:30, and we're not sure where we're going to bring you the game just yet, but we will let you all know. So look for that around 5:30. Varsity is going to be at home against Shiner, and the Cobra Sports Network is going to have all your action with pregame starting at 7 o'clock. You do not want to miss that. Make sure you tune in. I can't wait. Well, we also had the chance to check out youth football games this past Saturday. I was really impressed to see the Bantam boys running same formations as we're going to see on Friday nights. Jax Arterberry was impressive to see him run the football from that QB position. And the defensive front of Asher Montgomery, Zach Sambera, and Bryson Wolfskill reminded me of our varsity line, quick, athletic, and disruptive. Bantam won a good one, 24-19. Saturday, they're going to be home again as they host the Palacios Sharks. So come out and support all those teams that night. Pee Wheel started at 5, juniors at 6, Bantam at 7. So come out and watch the Young Cobras.
Yeah, definitely come out and see those guys and support them. Now, moving on to volleyball.
Yeah, it was a big week in volleyball. The girls were extremely busy over the weekend as they were at the Seguin tournament. They played 8 games, Will, over the weekend. Came out opening day, won the first 2, beat Medina Valley 2-0 as they rolled pretty strong, and also had good success that afternoon. Went on through the tournament where they met up with some big schools at the end, played several 6A schools where the Cobras really performed well, but ultimately came out on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They lost a close one to Del Valle, as well as San Antonio Taft and San Antonio Marshall. But, you know, regardless of how that game turns out, to go to those kind of tournaments, to see that kind of competition, to play 3 divisions up, you know it's going to really pay dividends as we get closer and closer to varsity, and we have that long road with some really tough teams in district this year, including state-ranked Columbus. So
yeah,
fantastic to watch the girls compete at a huge level.
For sure. It was definitely a good job on Coach Dunn's part by scheduling those tough tournaments and playing against those tough teams to get them prepared for one of the toughest districts in the state.
No doubt a grueling schedule to play 8 games in 2 days as well. But Cobra Volleyball, a good week. Come out this week. Friday, they will have Shiner here at home. I believe the game is slated to start at 4:30. So come out and watch them. If you can't, you can always watch it here on the Cobra Sports Network. Or if you'd like to rewatch some of those 8 games from last week's Seguin tournament, we got them for you as well.
I'll check them out. But junior high also started last week as well, and that's a great program run down there by Coach Smith, Coach Thomas, and Coach Griffith as well. The Rattler volleyball girls, they traveled to Palacios last week to kick off their volleyball season, and the coaching staff told me that they have been fast and furious pace all last week trying to get those girls prepared, and only having 5 days to be able to do it too. There were a total of 60 girls playing this year, and the Rattlers.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. That is. And Coach Smith said, yes, it absolutely is. Coach Smith said that those girls did not disappoint because 3 of the 4 teams brought back wins. 7B, 7B, 8B, and 8A. They all took down the Sharkettes, and 7A had several great offensive and defensive plays, but dropped a nail-biter in game, so it was a real close one down there for the 7A team. I did speak to Coach Smith, and she said that the coaching staff is extremely excited about starting this season, and they cannot wait to keep working with this talented group of girls. Last year they had a good, talented group, and this year another one, so it just continues to show you how well the underclassmen coming up into the athletic program for Industrial Cobras.
Absolutely. And exciting tomorrow night, those girls are going to be hosting the Edna Cowgirls here, so doesn't matter what age, what sport, we always love a good cross-county rivalry. Everybody's looking forward to watching Edna versus Industrial at home here in Vanderbilt tomorrow night. Come out and cheer them on.
Well, let's talk about a little bit about cross-country, Lee.
Yes, sir.
Well, we got to go visit the cross-country. I went to my very first cross-country meet, and we were out there and tried to figure out a way to broadcast it and bring it to you. So those videos are live as well on our YouTube channel in the Cobra Sports Network, so go back and check those out. We had a great time at a great meet. It was a fun time. And not only did we have a great time, the varsity girls had a good time because they won again for the 2nd week in a row.
No, you're exactly right. They showed up and showed out. Kate Simons finished first with a time of 13:06. Elise Bullock finished in the top 5 again, crossing in 4th place. Cora Motley was in 8th, Carly Burrow 13th, and Kaylee Carl also medaled, coming in 14th. So round out that winning team, Addison Hunt and Kaylee Haggard. But the girls just outperformed everyone. And there was a lot of schools there. It was a fun event, like Will said, to watch. Probably in the highlight of my time here with the Cobra Sports Network, getting to see that. But definitely fun when you can watch your home school light up the medal stand, as we had 5 of the 15 medalists.
Yeah, that's right. And it was a great time watching everyone compete out there. The boys, they placed 3rd as a team, and Tanner Whites received a medal in the event. And the sub-varsity girls, they finished 2nd overall as a team, receiving medals in the event were Presley Searchy, Lindsay Ramirez, Ashley Krupa, and Madison Creamer. The boys for sub-varsity, they took first place as well, and Mason Hunt, they took first place as a team, but Mason Hunt took the gold with a time of 20 minutes and 1 second. And this is Mason's finishing, Mason Hunt's gold championship finish, crossing the finish line right there.
Well, yeah, he ran excellent, and we had a first-class spot to watch it. You know, it was fun. We got to go in the back of the lead car. We filmed it for you. It's on the internet if you want to watch it. But Mason Hunt, it was really exciting to see the moves he was putting on as he was closing down in that last quarter of the race. Really set that runner up and was able to pass and get the win with some great running.
Yeah, we had some good. We had an interview with Mason and Kate Simons as well. That's on the Cobra Sports Network. Go check those out. Those are neat too.
Junior high girls were also in action that morning, and they followed suit, kept up the Cobra legacy as the Rattlers placed first overall, with Miranda Alanis coming in 4th, Allie Farley finishing 8th, Mia Miori crossed the finish line 12th, and rounding out the medal recipients was Kinsley Carl at 15th.
The boys placed 3rd overall, with Cannon Taylor coming in 5th place, followed by Court Bullock in the 10th spot, and then the final Rattler medalist was Corbin Singer, being the 13th runner who crossed the finish line on that really hot afternoon.
It was boiling.
It really was. How those kids do it is beyond me. So good, congratulations to those folks. Next week, cross-country team is going to be running in the Beeville Invitational. So if you're around, try to go support those folks and check it out. But that wraps up our weekly sports update. But don't go anywhere, because when we return, we are going to introduce last week's top performers in varsity sports. We'll be right back.
At Capital Farm Credit, our cooperative returns are a symbol of our strong partnership with you.
So one of the unique things about Capital Farm Credit is the cooperative nature of it. And then when you get that patronage check once a year, we put that money right back into the land.
Together, we're better.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Commitment to community service. It's a mission the First State Bank employees have lived by for more than 60 years. By continuously volunteering, sponsoring school fundraisers, and engaging in community service projects, the First State Bank not only lives its mission, it lives up to its motto, friendliest bank anywhere. So call, stop in, or visit fsblouise.com today and get to know the friendly bankers who are making a positive impact in your community. Eat 'em up, snakes. The First State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back, Cobra fans. Well, each week one of the highlights of this show is we get to honor our top-performing athletes. The Cobra Sports Network is going to award the Clark Constructors Top Performer coin to a varsity athlete in each sport. And each week these athletes get selected by their coaches for going above and beyond in their competition, in their sport, and their practice during the previous week. And this week's selections, I'm proud to say, are for football on the defensive side, senior Bo Bethany. Bo started the season off strong. He led the Cobra defense last week with 10 solo tackles, 2 assists, and 1 tackle for loss. Bo made it very difficult for Yoakum to run the ball, and he was a big part of the reason that the Contain the Cadet key to the game was achieved. He also contributed with a 70-yard punt that helped completely flip the field for the Cobra offense.
Yeah, Bo did an exceptional job out there last Friday. To have 10 tackles in the game, it's unheard of, really, and he did an excellent job. And it's going to be some great, exciting things coming out of Bo this year.
Well, I'll give you a break, partner. You can stop being a broadcaster for just a minute and enjoy this as a dad, because our second Cobra of the week for the football is on the offensive side, and that's Major LaRue. Major's a junior, and according to Coach, he stepped up this week. He led the Cobra rushing attack with 75 yards on 15 carries. He averaged 5 yards a carry, and Major had a tough night of running. He ran against a strong and speedy Bulldog defense, but ran hard. And that hard running set the Cobras up for a second score of the night, as the Bulldogs could not resist temptation, bit down hard on the play action, freed up that pass. Major also contributed in the passing game with a couple receptions, had several key blocks to help the team. So congratulations to you, Major, and congratulations to you, partner, on bringing it home for the family. It is all him.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. You're putting in the work all summer long, and congratulations. And it just goes to show the amount of work that you put in, good things pay off for you. So congratulations on being selected this week.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, son. All right, next one, volleyball, okay? Freshman outside hitter Carly Stonis. She's here with us at the end of the couch. This past week, Carly put up some huge numbers for the team. She led the team with 40 kills, 7 aces, and 8 blocks, and was second with 67 digs. Carly's working hard to adjust the speed of varsity, and she's doing better and better as the season progresses. And Coach Dunn said that the coaching staff is very excited about Carly's future in Cobra volleyball. And she's got a long one. She's got 4 years.
Yeah, she does, and those are insane numbers. Congratulations, Carly. Those kind of statistics are something you would see over the course of weeks or even a season. 67 digs in a week, 40 kills in one weekend. Phenomenal. Great job.
Congratulations. Yeah, keep working hard.
And, of course, we got to see this one live, partner, but cross-country performer of the week, Elise Bullock. She finished 4th at the varsity girls team win at the Industrial Invitational in Breckenridge. She's a very hard young working lady who balances her responsibilities as both a student and athlete. In addition to being an outstanding cross-country competitor, Elise is also a varsity cheerleader. She's up late cheering for the Cobras every Friday night, but still manages to wake up early Saturday morning and get out there and compete in the heat against some of the best runners at the state. Elise, it was fun to watch y'all. Y'all dominated, and you personally, individually performed extremely well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's tough to do. I can't even imagine having those late nights coming home, especially on those away games, and having to get up real early in the morning. And then y'all are the first race, and then have to go compete at that level against some talented runners. My hat's off to you. I couldn't do it. I was just out there sitting in the back of a buggy filming. So, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Major, big game for you. It was y'all's first game, your first varsity start. You came out and ran the ball extremely well. Is there anything that stood out last Friday night for you? Just a memorable moment?
There was one moment where Coach was yelling at me because I did not finish a block. So the next play he gave me that opportunity, and I just went going even past the whistle. It was still driving my feet, rolling them out of bounds. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, sometimes you just need that little extra kick in the rear end, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that one helps.
Well, it was fun to watch you, and we know you had your head down all night running hard. I mean, Yoakum has to remember 45, because it was no doubt from up in the booth where we were sitting, you could still see the pads popping and seeing that you were running. I mean, you've been waiting for this moment clearly. First night of full varsity action, fresh season, and boy, I didn't want to be the guy that's standing in front of you, because you were hitting and you were running hard, and it was fun to watch.
Appreciate it.
Elise, we kind of already talked about it, but I tell you what, honest to goodness, Saturday morning was one of the most fun things we've ever gotten to broadcast or be a part of. It was a really cool experience getting to watch y'all in action. Not just at the start and finish line, but we got the opportunity to kind of watch through the races, and it was fun just to watch how good y'all are on a course where not everybody gets to see every minute of it. But I know there was several highlights for me, but I'd love to hear what do you take away from both this weekend as well as your entire cross-country career so far?
Well, this weekend we hosted our meet, and it was very successful. But it was fun because it was by Brackenridge, and it was really pretty by the water. But this year it's been really hot. We've been working really hard, and we hope to go to state.
Well, I think with the work ethic y'all have, the talent y'all have, and just the depth on the team, you've got an extremely good chance of doing just that. So y'all are clearly set up well as you continue to work towards that goal. And Carly, we'll wrap up with you. Again, we want to congratulate you on what are just outstanding numbers. I know you mentioned there was one key moment that stuck with you. I think you went down and made an incredible dig. But tell us a little bit about that.
I think the other team's middle hit it towards Faith, and she got a good up, and then it was going behind her. I just stuck up one hand and tried to get it up, and it got it. And then I think Pacey got it back over and just kept the play.
Some of those plays where you're hustling and just scattered and you succeed, you can always watch from the stands where it demoralized the other team. Those are really the plays where you see momentum just increase for the team that succeeds and the team that watched that happen. You just see them crushed, and so those are always, I think, the highlights for us getting to watch. But congratulations to all three of you. Fantastic weeks, and we love watching y'all.
Yeah, and sorry we missed Bo, but congratulations to Bo as well. We're looking forward to seeing him on Friday night. Again, looking forward to seeing you Friday night as well, and at least you Friday night as well, too. And good luck this weekend in Beeville.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for being here. So we're going to take a short break, but when we return, we're going to sit down with Industrial's cross-country coach, Rob Elkins. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, Cobra Sports fans. I'm here with Coach Elkins, the head of our cross-country program. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you.
We want to congratulate you, obviously on a good weekend, but your program has had sustained success for years, and it looks like this year is set up again for that same opportunity. Tell us a little bit about the legacy y'all have had.
Well, I've been here since 2007, and I've been blessed with some kids that want to run, and they work real hard. And you notice my shirt here, I got the cross-country family deal on here. Well, that's
I love it. Run as one, finish as a team.
Exactly.
Or work as a team, finish as a family.
Right. And basically, that's pretty much how I get kids to run. It's just kind of, kids want to be part of something, and hey, what can be easier than just running, right?
There's a lot of things easier than just running, I'll tell you.
I get enough of them that buy in, though, so we're good.
No, you do. I want to take a minute to highlight some things I saw this weekend. One of my favorite memories was watching you after the race. Some of your kids wanted to film a TikTok video, and you did it with them. And I think that's really the family atmosphere you create to get these kids to want to participate in a sport that's not easy. I mean, this sport takes a lot of hard work, but clearly the fact that you had 17 years of experience leading it, you're being very humble today, but it's your attitude, your leadership, and the joy you bring to these kids by doing TikTok videos that I think really makes them buy in.
Well, I appreciate that, Lee. I do. I'm proud of the legacy we've built up. Like I said, I've had kids that run hard, and we've been blessed with a couple of individual state championships, and we've had a whole bunch of kids make it to the state meet and top 10s, and it's hard work pays off, and these kids are willing to do it here in Industrial. It's a great place to be a coach.
That's great to hear, Coach, and we saw that out on the field, and also on top of that, the meet that you put on this past week, it was really neat to see that. And for us being, or me really being my first time ever being a cross country meet, I figured it was just set up the start line and set up the finish in, and maybe have a little water station somewhere. But that is not how it went, and that was definitely a full-on participation from the community, the family. We spoke a little bit about that, and you told me that you always get a little bit nervous when putting this thing on, but somehow the community just comes together.
The community rallies around it every time, and it's unbelievable. No stone goes unturned. Parents will email me and call me up to the week before and say, hey, whatever you need, Coach, and they're there. It's awesome.
Well, fantastic. Well, I know you got one question you need to ask.
I do. I was going to let I thought maybe y'all needed to swap some sailing stories first, or talk a little Navy. I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, well, I did. Coach is a 20-year Navy veteran as well.
Retired Chief Petty Officer.
Okay, Chief Petty Officer. I did 4 years on the USS Peleliu as well. So,
that's awesome.
Yes, thank you for your service, shipmate.
Thank you for yours.
Our Chief.
There you go. Yeah. Connections everywhere, not just Cobra connections. Well, I do have one more question for Coach, and it's something I've always kind of wondered. We drive in and out of the road over here by the stadium, the tennis courts all the time, and we see the sign, and we hear it all the time, see you at the top. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means and where it came from?
I sure can. When I was a young sailor in the Navy, I think I just made second class petty officer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, sir.
And I had a master chief that was my chief, E9, and we had a production meeting once a week on what exactly the division was going to do this week, what the mission was, whatever was going on with the ship, and his lasting legacy at the end of each week is, we're going to take care of this, and I will see you at the top. And so that's really been part of my life for now. That's like late 80s, so 35 years. So when I started coaching cross country, and I put out the little parent info to let parents know what time the bus is leaving on Saturday morning and where we're going to be, I always finish it off with, hey, we got a goal, we're going to do our best to run, and see you at the top. And I also make sure the kids understand what that's all about. So, yeah, that answers your question.
It does. And I did not know until this moment where that came from or the history behind it, but I know it's something that is pervasive through our community. Everyone has bought into it. Everyone says it. Everyone knows that that's a kind of the motto of the program.
I just started saying it around here because it's been important to me, and it's kind of grown.
Yes, it has. Well, that's a fun little nugget. Cobra community, there you go. This is what you get here, getting to talk to the people that create these things. And one fun little addition, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we got to see you at the top game with some special cross-country athletes. We'll be right back.
All right.
At Capital Farm Credit, our cooperative returns are a symbol of our strong partnership with you.
So one of the unique things about Capital Farm Credit is the cooperative nature of it. And then when you get that patronage check once a year, we put that money right back into the land.
Together, we're better.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Commitment to community service. It's a mission the First State Bank employees have lived by for more than 60 years. By continuously volunteering, sponsoring school fundraisers, and engaging in community service projects, the First State Bank not only lives its mission, it lives up to its motto, friendliest bank anywhere. So call, stop in, or visit fsblouise.com today and get to know the friendly bankers who are making a positive impact in your community. Eat 'em up, snakes. The First State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back, Cobra sports fans. Like we said, we're about to play our first game of See You at the Top. We got Brody Miori and Connor Keene versus Elise Bullock and Cora Motley. Coach, we'll let you make the call as you official, but here's how it's going to work, ladies and gentlemen. Each of you sitting at the table will get to put on a blindfold. We're going to see who can stack the cups up in a pyramid fashion fastest, and then take them back down. And, of course, you're going to be blindfolded, so we got some help for you. Brody and Elise, y'all can help them out by calling directions. But when we get ready, we'll get started. Okay. Here we go.
Connor, come on.
All right. On your marks, get set, see you at the top.
Three. One,
okay, get them close together. Okay.
It don't work technically. Come on. Okay, now one, right.
Wait.
Yeah,
that's good.
Wait.
More
We only
to
have
the right.
We only have 5 cups.
To the right.
Oh no, we don't.
Okay, that one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, yes. Now there's 3 in the front. There's 3 in the front.
Right there.
And then one on top.
Okay, now bring them back down. Like.
Yes. Now. No. Up.
Okay.
No.
Boys win. Boys got it.
What?
Oh, we have an appeal. Are you appealing? Cora's appealing.
They won.
All right.
blind.
All right. We will go one more round, redo.
Okay, we got this.
Blindfolds on, single hand behind your back as we go one-handed for the win. On your marks, get set, see you at the top.
Go. Here we go. 1,
Shake
2.
it.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. 3.
Yep.
Okay,
Hurry. Shake it.
Okay, yeah.
That's 2. That's 2.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
shake it.
1. Wait, you're missing one. There's one in the middle cup. Yes. Okay,
No,
come on.
there's-
No, it's like.
Okay.
Blow
Take it out of your mouth.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, yeah. There's 3.
No.
Okay, there's 2 on this side.
To the right.
Yeah,
To the right.
No. There's 2 on that cup. There's 2 in that cup. You gotta take it out. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Now go over one. Yes, right there.
No. Put that one on the bottom. No, the last
Run
cup
it on the ground. Come here.
Brody, get it.
I can't
Bro,
grab
you
it.
can get it. We'll let you get it.
The last cup
At least pick
is
it up.
Jack on the bottom.
Right there. Okay. No, put it on top.
No. Okay, get through.
See you at the top, right there.
That's it. Come on, Connor. Come on. No,
Boys won. Boys got it. No, I'm not.
All right. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This completes this week's edition of the Cobra Sports Network. Like a snake coiled around its prey, this week is wrapped up. We will see you next week or at any sporting event between now and then. It's been a fun week, Will.
It sure has, and we can't wait
Okay,
to
we lost to
keep bringing more to y'all. So until we see you next time, as always, it's a great day to be a Cobra.
And see you at the top.
See you at the top.